And 3, 2, 1, and we're live.
We can actually create better environments, not only for ourselves, but for the people that are around us and are working with us. And I'm passionate about doing that because, hey, Aaron, I believe that it's our duty to create a better world, but it starts first with us understanding how to deal with change. My name is Adrian Starks. I'm a keynote speaker, bestselling author, personal development coach, the CCO of Connect Now, and also the founder of Champion Up. So I wear many hats. I went to college after that, graduated with a degree in exercise physiology because I loved the process of the human body, the stress levels, and what happens when we're put into a position where we have to adapt and change. So I decided to explore elements of poetry. So in Seattle during that time, I started going around doing spoken word poetry, getting in front of audiences. I started putting a different spin on how poetry was done. I wanted to create a narrative and take you on a journey. And at the end of this journey, which is very poetical and very insightful, I wanted to give you a message at the end that you could take home and be like, wow, I thought I was listening to just some cool poetry, but I actually have to make some change. To this day, when I'm in Seattle, I have people that will call me up and say, hey, can you come here and recite that poem you did 5 or 6 years ago? I'm like, I don't remember that poem, but I can look it up and possibly try to, and that's the impact. Katie and I met about a little bit over a year ago, and we met at a Connect Now business meeting. And it was the first time we had seen each other in person. I think that we have seen each other maybe a few times online, but there was never any communication between us. I remember she was leading that particular meeting, and it was my first time ever to a Connect Now meeting. And I remember sitting at the very far end of the table, and this was in Surrey, actually, the Surrey meeting. She stood behind me and she was talking to someone, and I felt this energy that was like you've known this person before, like you felt really. She had this welcoming, she's a very bubbly person, she's just very kind, but it was just a different feeling. And I was like, I don't know what that is. This is a very comfortable, I know her, but I don't know her. It was so weird. Then we talked, of course, during that meeting and then after the meeting. And then I was like, oh, she's pretty cute. And she's very intelligent. And I was like, wow, this is a very amazing part. I'd like to get to know more about her. So it was a day that I knew that she was having, it wasn't a rough day, it was just a busy day. There was a part of me that just felt like I want to do something good today for her. I mean, I do a lot of good things for her, but I was like, I really want to show her that she's seen, that she's loved. And sometimes we just need that. So I decided that morning, to surprise her by buying a single violet rose, because that's her favorite color, purple violet. And I got a card. It was a Christmas card, but it was more of a relationship Christmas card, like you're my greatest gift, this Christmas. Signed it, and I put it right in the driver's seat, because I knew that when I got back, she was going to be rushing out to get to the car because she's had to go to a meeting. It was the greatest feeling in the world. It was something that I felt that's what it's about, to be able to have those simple moments where you can give to someone. So yeah, she's an amazing person. I love her so much. And I try as many ways as I can to show my appreciation for her. To get to where I am today, it took a lot of effort. It took a lot of emails. It took a lot of reaching out to people. It took a lot of free talks. It took a lot of podcast episodes that I was doing. It took a lot of writing. It took a lot of nights where I felt like, can I make it in this industry? There are many people telling me that, how hard it is to be a professional speaker? It's very hard. They said, can you handle it? Once you break the surface, it's going to be great, but there's so much competition out there. Can you do it? And I had a lot of doubt about that, but I kept doing those things I needed to do, reaching out to mentors. I would write down, who do I know in my industry that I can talk to about speaking? Who can I reach out to through social media links that are actual speakers or mentors or teachers that I can begin to build a bond with? I had to start doing those things and maintaining a relationship with those people over time to learn more about their lifestyle and how they built their business and how they became, fluent in what they're doing. Failure is not falling down. Failure is where you choose to remain after you have fallen down. It's the unwillingness to get back up and to move. I've been bankrupt. I've been through a marriage that didn't work. I filed for divorce at one point in my life. At some point too during my life, I thought about committing suicide when I was younger. So I've been through a lot of moments in my life or a lot of lows. When people see me being happy and optimistic, they think, oh, this guy has always been happy and optimistic. No, I'm happy and optimistic because I've understood the shit that I've had to go through. Now, we've got our own stories. Everyone's got their own low points. But when you can take that story of yours and you can say, what can I bring out of this story? How can I create myself, reinvent myself, and create a life out of this story without feeling pitiful about it, but saying, this is what I'm going to do with it? Then you begin to create wonders for yourself out here in the world. And the idea of falling down is absolutely necessary because you need to know, since day one when we're born, as infants, we get up and we learn to walk and we wobble a little bit because we haven't been used to that kind of balance. And so we fall. But then we get back up again and we readjust ourselves. So this is part of nature, to fall down and get back up, recalibrate, and then fall down again until you get it right.